What's up, guys? It's me Boxing, and I just finished up watching Trevor Bryan versus Bermane Stiverne, which is a 12-rounder for the vacant WBA regular heavyweight world championship. And this fight was Friday, January 29th, from the Seminole Hard Rock Casino and Hotel in Hollywood, Florida. And this fight was broadcasted on Don King's pay-per-view on Fight TV. And if you guys didn't know, I originally posted this video about 2 days ago on the night of the fight, right after it happened. But earlier today, Don King Productions took my video down for whatever reason. But yeah, I'm here to repost it. I'm still going to put my thoughts out here about what I thought of this fight, and you guys could go drop in the comment section below what you thought. And easily this fight is comparable to Grimace from McDonald's, to Barney, the kids' TV show. But in all seriousness, this fight was a crap show, I guess you could say. As both fighters came in overweight, it was for a pay-per-view, and it shouldn't be. Bermane Stiverne, age 42, shouldn't have been fighting for a world title. Hasn't fought since February of 2019 before this one. And he lost by knockout to Joe Joyce, and before that, losing by knockout to Deontay Wilder. And he was randomly placed in the WBA rankings after that long layoff. And for Trevor Bryan, although he was the interim champion, he came back overweight. And in this fight, we saw a gut that we've never seen before on Trevor Bryan, who normally comes in at around 230, 235, maybe a high 220. But he came in at 267, as I said before, and it just wasn't a good look for TV, let alone Fight TV as a pay-per-view. And the card was just weird overall, as they were playing classic retro fights that Don King was promoting back in the 80s and 90s. And it was just weird because even the real fights that were on that card, they were mismatches or just low-tier fights that shouldn't have been pay-per-view. And I don't really know how many people bought this pay-per-view, but I guarantee you it's not a lot. I mean, it's similar to Zurdo Ramirez versus Alfonso Lopez. Nobody watched that pay-per-view. And this one, I don't even know if Trevor Bryan's name is around the world. But overall, Trevor Bryan did pull off the 11th round knockout win. He did drop Bermane Stiverne twice in the fight, in the 11th round actually. He landed a nice right hand before Bermane Stiverne was stumbling around as he was extremely tired, and both fighters were tired after, let's say, 4 or 5 rounds. But Bermane Stiverne, I only gave him 3 rounds here, but I gave him rounds 2, 3, and 7. But as the fight went on, like, let's just say round 8 on, it was just all Trevor Bryan. And even in those mid rounds, before round 7, they were pretty much in favor of Trevor Bryan. But in that 11th round, as I was saying before, he landed a great right hand that did stumble Bermane Stiverne. He went down, but then he got back up, got hit with another right hand, which it didn't really look like it landed, but I guess it could have grazed Bermane Stiverne on the temple. He went down, got back up, then Trevor Bryan just unleashed some power punches in the corner, and the referee stopped the fight. But what's next for Trevor Bryan now that he's the WBA World Heavyweight Champion? I would say a fight between Manuel Charr, because that was originally supposed to happen, and since Charr got moved to quote-unquote champion in recess, which I have no clue what that means, he's going to be most likely fighting Charr next if he could get his visa to fight in the United States. But obviously with that 2-year layoff of Trevor Bryan's, and which he says it was ultimately because Manuel Charr would never come over to fight him, then I don't see them fighting anytime in the future, but that's definitely an honorable mention. A second honorable mention for who Trevor Bryan could be fighting is Bogdan Dinu, because in the WBA's recent rankings, they've randomly put Bogdan Dinu at number 3 out of nowhere, even though Bogdan Dinu has been coming off of a layoff, and the opponents he has beaten since that Kubrat Pulev loss were just random opponents, not even for let's say, a WBA International, Intercontinental, or any of those regional titles like that. But Trevor Bryan, he's now the regular champion, as I was saying before. That definitely means he's like the mandatory, I guess you could say, for Joshua's super title. But one more option for possibly a Trevor Bryan title defense is Robert Helenius. Although I think Robert Helenius smokes Trevor Bryan, he just stops him in, let's say, 6 or 7. I don't think that would happen, being that Robert Helenius is too dangerous of a fight, and that he's definitely, I guess you could say, busy with like an Adam Kovnatsky rematch, because from what I've been hearing, now that he's been elevated to gold champion, Trevor Bryan, now world champion, and it seems like Trevor Bryan wants to go on his own path to possibly take on, like I was saying before, an easier opponent like Bogdan Dinu, or just that fight with Manuel Charr that both of them have been wanting so badly. So overall, Trevor Bryan becomes the new WBA regular heavyweight world champion, getting the 11th round knockout win over Bermane Stiverne to improve to 21-0 with 15 wins coming by way of knockout. And yeah, that's really it. I'm Maybe Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.